Hey everyone, Ryan Young, KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu. I hope you're doing well. So, just woke up about 30-40 minutes ago. Now I'm just outside to get some sunlight, which is a good practice to do when you wake up. You know, a lot of us, we neglect simple things like drinking a quart of water, first thing you do when you wake up, and getting some sunlight, even when it's wintertime and trees are bare. So I thought I'd kind of put a few thoughts out to you guys because this topic is actually brought up by one of my students, and it's a good one. And this is a perfect time of year because we're in the last week of 2021, which means New Year's Day is going to be this Saturday, and it's Monday right now. So the most common thing for the fitness industry, and I guess jiu-jitsu is in the fitness industry, I guess, is to resolve to get in better shape, which I don't do it on New Year's Day. I'm always in that mode. In fact, we did a call for our online members, and Dave Kama was asked about that. You know, what do you do to keep in shape? Is there anything in particular you do? And it's funny because he and I never talked about this, but his answer was basically the same as mine. And what he said was that he'll stand on a scale every day and just kind of monitor his weight. And one of the ways to monitor your fitness is simply monitor your weight. A lot of us, we gain weight as time goes on, and we gain significant amounts of weight as time goes on. But what he and what we both do is we monitor, we have a certain number in our head. So my number is 170. So when I cross above 170 pounds, what I do is I start mobilizing. So what does mobilizing mean? Well, I start to look at what I've been eating over the last week or two or whatever, you know, since before I hit 170, what made me trend up to 170. And I just simply don't eat that anymore. That, you know, stuff that is not meat, you know, breads, chips, chocolate, chocolate that's not 90% chocolate. So we're talking like M&Ms, right? Which I don't eat a lot of, or ice cream. And I just simply stop eating it. What I also do sometimes is I'll work a fast in. If I haven't done a fast for a while, and I'm not talking about intermittent fasting, I do that every day. I'm talking an actual fast, 1 meal a day is an easy one. Sometimes I'll do 48, sometimes I'll do a 72-hour fast. I don't usually need to do much more than that, because if I do, let's say, a single 48-hour fast, I'll get back down below 165. Now, a lot of it is water weight, but you know, if I were to drink water, I'm not going to bump up to 170 just like that. You know, my body's relatively fat adapted, which means that if I do accumulate a little bit of extra body fat, I can burn it. But that's something that I've done over many years, and it's just something that I just instinctively do. I step on the scale, so this morning I think I was like 168. And which I'm still in that comfort zone. That comfort zone for me is 165 to 170. I get over 170, I mobilize. And sometimes I do get below 165, which actually is good for me. You know, I probably would be really good in the 155 to 160 range, but it just takes a little bit more effort to do that. What I'll also do is I might work out a little bit more. You know, and you know, I'm on the mats every day, but I'm not training every day. You know, I've gotten past that point where I can train every day and expect to recover for the next day. And when I do train, I don't go 100% anymore. In fact, I may do it once or twice, maybe 4 or 5 times in a month. But all the other times I'm training and I'm getting a good workout in, I'm getting my heart rate up, but I don't keep it up for super long. You know, 53 years old, soon to be 54. So I gotta really preserve my body because, you know, I've got duct tape all over my body, so to speak, and I don't want to break any more than what I've already broken. So one of the things that that comes up is, you know, so I'm always in shape, you know, as is Master Dave, and many people that I know, we're always in shape. Now, am I in, say, a competition shape? Well, you know, I'm not one of those who would cut weight for a competition. You know, I was always a run what you brung kind of guy, and whatever weight I knew I would be, you know, within that range, that's what I would enter at. You know, right? So if I knew that 170 was a max, then I'd look for the weight class that would make it so I could be 170 and still be in the tournament. Well, you know, back then I was competing. You know, I was walking around at 140, 140, 145, whereas now I walk around a lot heavier. But, you know, for you, about losing weight, getting in condition, you know, sometimes people ask, hey, I'd like to do jiu-jitsu, but let me get in shape first. Because the thought process is, you know, I know I'm going to want to go hard and I want to do my best when I'm on the mat. So let me get in shape first. You know, the problem with that thinking is that most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, 9 out of 10, right? We don't, right? People who I've talked to said, hey, you know, I'd love to join Kama Jiu-Jitsu, but let me get in shape first and I'll reach back to you. A lot of times they never do. In fact, if I ever reach back to them, say, how you doing, right? And this could be a year later, I'll look at messages, you know, and I'll reach back to them. Hey, how you doing right now? Oh, I'm doing well. You know, how's everything with you? Good. And I'll say, hey, you know, if you look back at the last time we communicated a year ago, you said you weighed X amount of pounds and you're looking to lose that weight. Let me ask you, have you lost that weight? No. Here's the thing. Jiu-Jitsu is the activity that will get you in shape. It simply is, right? People do jiu-jitsu, in my experience, for 3 reasons. Number 1 is they want to learn self-defense. Number 2 is they want to get in shape while learning self-defense, right? And the last is they want to compete. So just by doing jiu-jitsu alone, you'll get in shape, especially here, because, you know, we talk about our 2-hour workouts. You know, the first 30 minutes or so is just really light. It's, you know, doing your forward rolls, your backward rolls, your shrimps, your lunges, your slugs, just stuff to get your blood flow going. And then we then take it up to the actual floor exercises. And it's all body weight exercises. We don't do any weights here. And, you know, that takes it up to the next level. And the last 10 minutes, we're doing knee and belly drills. We're doing partner sit-ups, standing up in guard. Those are just the ones that, you know, take the intensity up, because now you're dealing with a partner, with their weight and that kind of stuff. So, you know, that's the first 30 minutes. You know, that there's, other than the movements, you know, movements are very important to jiu-jitsu. So you're getting those basic movements in there, but other than that, there's no real jiu-jitsu. Now, there is an importance to doing body movements, exercises that are conducive to jiu-jitsu. You know, you wouldn't do stuff that has nothing to do with jiu-jitsu, you know, in your workout. You know, if you want to do body shaping, that's a little bit different. You know, although I do contend that when you do jiu-jitsu and you do it the way we do it, your body will end up looking the way it's supposed to look, which, you know, is going to be pretty good, right? You know, people who train jiu-jitsu, they look great and they're in shape. So, and then after that, we do our self-defense, 30 minutes, and then we do our grappling, you know, which segues into our grappling, 30 minutes, and then we do our hard drilling for 30 minutes. So that's your 2-hour class. And by then, you're mentally drained. You're not going to want to do any more than that. But what it does is it gets you in shape. You know, it gets you in that routine. And if you do this 3 days a week, you know, you'd be amazed at the kind of progress you make. Anyway, so come to jiu-jitsu to get in shape, to get to your best self, you know, both mentally and physically. Don't wait until you get in shape, because you won't. And there's nothing that gets you in shape as effectively as jiu-jitsu. You know, especially like with core and all that. You know, I was talking to one parent of a student, and he was talking about how he'd like to start training, but his lower back just hurts. Right? And I asked him, I said, let me ask you this. Are your abs, would you say your abs are strong? He says, no, not really. And I said, yeah, okay. You know, middle-aged guy, you know, it's very typical, you know, you have lower back problems because you don't have a strong core. You're depending too much on your lower back to support your core. And when you do stuff like bend over and all that, you do it all wrong. You don't stand up in bays. You know, you bend over to pick up things, and your lower back just takes a strain, you know, because when you walk, notice, you ever touch your lower back when you walk, every step you take, so you feel, every time you take a step with your right foot, you feel your left lower back tighten up, and, you know, your right lower back tightens up when you take a step with your left. I mean, it's all related. So your lower back is getting an overworkout. You know, you need to balance things out, and jiu-jitsu, it's all about, you know, core, hips, you know, that's all getting your core in there. And You know, Jiu-Jitsu guys have very strong cores, and that's just a byproduct of what we do. And as a result, there aren't that many people who do Jiu-Jitsu who have lower back pain. If they do, it's a lot of it's because it's from an injury. But as far as just lower back pain, no, I don't see it that much. So if your New Year's resolution is to get in shape, just get in the gym, get in the studio, get in the academy. Do it now. You know, do it today. You know, don't wait till January 1st. Don't go, yeah, I'm going to eat like shit until just through the end of the year or when the holidays are done, and then I'll do it. What happens is you do it. If you think in that way, you never get stuff done. Right? You might do it. Okay, I take it back. You might do it for the month of January, but you will lose your focus come February, March, and guess what? Come December next year, you're going to be saying the same exact thing. You know, make it a daily practice, which means that, you know, one of the things we're actually kind of thinking about buying Christmas gifts for my kids. I'm kind of thinking, wait a minute, you know, they get everything whenever they want. I mean, you know, whenever they need something, they get it. If they want something, you know, they work and they get it. You know, using Christmas as an occasion to give them something that they probably already have. You ever notice somebody who is hard to shop for? It's probably because they get what they want when they want it, and you know, they don't wait for somebody to give it to them. They just go and get it. And do this with your conditioning and with your being in shape. Don't wait for someone to come to you and approach you and give it to you. You need to take it. Right? It's your life. This is your body. You only have one body. And if you're way out of shape, meaning you're 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds out of shape, you know, we do get people like that too. If you're way out of shape, get started yesterday, which means get started today, of course. And just come into the studio, you know, come into your nearest Kama Jiu-Jitsu studio. We have one in Irvine, California. We have one in Flower Mound, Texas, which is Dallas and Fort Worth. And we have one in Austin, Texas. So if you're anywhere near us, come on by and we will help you get in shape. And we'll also show you how to eat better too. You know, two parts to making a better you is both exercise and diet. In fact, there's a saying, abs are created in the kitchen, not in the gym, which I've found to be true. You know, for me it was always workout, 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 until I realized, wait a minute, let me just eat better. You know, stop eating a lot of junk food. And once I stopped eating junk food, then I never had any issue with being able to maintain my weight, maintain my condition. It all stemmed from what you eat, what I ate. And it'll happen with you too. You know, once you come around and you start training with us, you start seeing how people eat, and you realize, wait a minute, you know, it's not only the exercise, it's also how I eat. And we can help you become that better you. And if you're not near anybody near us, then go find another gym that you can be near and or be in, and you will feel the benefits the way we feel the benefits. Anyway, I hope you had a great Christmas, Christmas 2021. And by the time you see this, we'll be looking at a happy new year, 2022, and make this coming year better than 2021. For some of you, that may be easy. Some of you, that may be a little difficult, but you still have to try, right? Just like how I tell everybody, make tomorrow better than you were today, and make today better than you were yesterday. And if you live by that mantra, you can't be anything but better. Don't put it off. Take care. Happy training. Bye now.